beside the bay. I left my love in Avalon and sailed away. I dreamed of him in Avalon from dusk till dawn, and so I think I'll travel on to Avalon. I found my love in Avalon beside the bay. I left my love in Avalon and sailed away. I dreamed of him in Avalon from dusk till dawn, and so I think I'll travel on to Avalon.
Hi, this is Angela DeNiro. We've had this incredible session footage for over a decade. In honor of the 10th anniversary re-release of our Swingin' with Legends album, we thought it would be a perfect time to share it with you. The legendary Frank Foster. On August 23, 1997, I had the pleasure of recording Midnight Sun with its composer, Mr. Lionel Hampton. On August 24th, in a telephone conversation with an exuberant Hamp, I learned that I was the only vocalist in the song's 50-year history to ever record Midnight Sun with its creator. It was one of the thrills of my life. For those of you who remember Lionel Hampton in his heyday, tearing it up with the Benny Goodman Quartet and later with his own band, this solo on Midnight Sun is in contrast to the typical high-energy style which was Hamp's trademark. At nearly 90 years of age, having survived a couple of strokes and with nothing to prove, he joined us to help a friend and former lead alto player make a record. His presence inspired all of us, and you can hear it on this album, and you can feel it on this album. Although this project was inspired by Lionel Hampton, Ron's first choice for guest artist was Frank Foster. Ron's friendship with Foss goes back 5 decades, starting when Frank was an international star with the Count Basie Band. Check out this solo on Avalon.
think that idea.
This is the actual take we used on my album. Frank was smoking. I got so excited listening, I almost blew my entrance. Through the magic of electronics, we'll transport you from the final take to the final mix on the album. Well, I hope this gave you a little insight into what was an extraordinary experience for me over a decade ago. It should be mentioned that all of the wonderful people who congregated at Avatar Studio on the 22nd and 23rd of August 1997 ranged in age from 30 to nearly 90. So much for generation gaps. I also wonder when the last time was that so many great band leaders all got together under one baton and played their hearts out the way Lou Tobaccon, Frank Foster, and Lionel Hampton did on this date. It may have been done before, but that's for the historians to figure out. Thank you very much for coming up. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm very happy to be here. And you know, I got turned on to some great singing. Oh. You singing. Oh. Yeah. And your husband's doing a great job picking us up too. I'm talking about Ronnie. Ronnie used to be my first saxophone player. And he turned out to be a producer, outside of being one of the world's greatest saxophone players. He producing records, and he's producing you, and you got some beautiful sounds coming from your beautiful body. And it's been a pleasure that you're doing Midnight Sun, a song that I wrote.
It's the most beautiful thing I ever heard. I love this song. The lyrics are beautiful, the melody is gorgeous, and I truly treasure this experience. I thank you.
Well, I'm so glad that I heard you sing it, because you sing it better than anybody I've heard sing.
Thank you. That's an honor.
Yes,
I appreciate that.
Your diction and the melody and your sweet voice is really something. And I'm asking Ronnie to give me a copy of this so I can play it every day.